Hello and good evening, Solon. Thank you for joining us to see the Solon Comets Concert Gear game. It's me, Andrew Hall, joined by Becca Hurst, a former Solon volleyball player. How long did you play for the Solon team?
I played since 7th grade, so about 6 or 7 years now.
Okay.
I heard you played volleyball too.
Yes, I do. It's on the side.
All right. You about to start a new guys team?
I'm trying. What did you play when you played for the Solon?
I was a libero and defense, DS. So I specialized in defense, and I played a lot of back row.
Okay. What do you think of the Euclid team that Solon's going against? You've played against them before.
I hope that they are a good match for us. I have faith that we can beat them, and I hope to raise a lot of money tonight.
Okay. What do you think of the seniors on the Solon team?
I know a lot of them personally. They all seem like very nice people, and they're all very good volleyball players, so I wish them the best of luck tonight.
Okay. Well, let's see what they can do tonight. What do you think Solon's strategy is coming into the game?
I feel like our strategy, especially based off of the game Tuesday, is to focus mainly on defense and serve receive, get the balls up to our setters so that we can set up a good attack, and we'll be perfectly fine. What about you?
I feel like what you said was true. I feel like based off the game last time, we are going to work on getting the balls up into our setter so we can get it over to the other team.
I heard we're joined by the high school marching band today. What do you think? You excited?
I'm excited, except it's going to get really loud in this gymnasium.
That is fair.
And I don't have anything to stop a headache, so. Aren't you in the marching band?
I am. I actually play French horn and mellophone.
What's the difference?
So a French horn is a larger instrument, and it is unable to be carried while marching on a field. So we switch to an instrument that basically produces the same tone and sound quality, but is slightly louder and looks like a giant trumpet that we can march with.
That's very good to know, but it looks like you...
Ladies and gentlemen, please clear the lower bleachers. Please clear the lower bleachers for your safety. Thank you. Lower bleachers, please, clear. Thank you.
Looks like Euclid's going to start off the game for us. Euclid's starting off the game, giving it to Riley Roth. Second going to our backup setter, giving a free ball over to Euclid. Euclid giving it over to the left side, giving an earthquake and shot over to Solon's side, and Solon seems to can't get it up. Euclid's number 6 is serving again. Smile career. Solon giving it over to our setter, giving it to our left side. A block from Euclid, giving it back over to Solon. Solon's giving it back over to Reese Hogler. And just hard over hit, going out of bounds.
She tried to go over that block one more time since she got blocked last time and just put a little bit too much effort into it, going past the back line.
Yes, Euclid starting again. Giving it to Solon's back line. And Solon's setter giving it to Cecilia Derdick with an amazing hit.
Great side cut by Cecilia, number 4. Great twist of the wrist. Nice spot on the court.
Yes, very, very good indeed. Looks like Solon's number 1, Jessie Lau, is going to serve for us.
She seems to have a lot of friends in these stands tonight.
Yes, she's looking very confident tonight. Giving it over to the Euclid side. Euclid being able to get it up to their setter, giving it to their right side hitter. Riley Roth getting it over to our setter. Giving it over to Ava. Just touching it, giving it to the Euclid side.
She tried for a tip with a little bit too short of a set, but just couldn't get it over the net.
Yes. Solon serving again. Over to Euclid's side. Just a bit hard and over. Euclid's number 7, Tatiana Maddox, is going to serve for them. Tatiana. Just hitting it a bit hard over the Solon side, out of bounds. Reese Hogler serving over Solon's number 9. Becca, can you please explain what that call was?
So Euclid's team was actually out of rotation on that, so one of their players was crossing over another, and they weren't in the 6 setup that they're supposed to be in. Every play, a member of their team rotates over one more spot, and they have to stay in that spot until the serve crosses over the net. In that play, they were just not in the right rotation, so they got a point off.
Thank you for that excellent insight. Euclid giving it back over to the Solon side. Solon able to get it up, but not able to get the second hit. And Euclid winning that point. It's now 4-4. Euclid's number 10, Anya Neville's Hill, is going to serve for them. Euclid serving. Giving it over to Solon. Solon's Riley Roth is able to get it up and giving it over to Solon's left side hitter. Euclid not able to get under it.
Claire Bush with the great hit right there just puts a little bit of backspin on that hit, making it fall short right in front of their defense.
Indeed. Solon's number 6, Brianna Hedden, is going to serve for us. Getting it over to the Euclid side. Euclid's able to get it up, and the setter's just going to dump it right in Solon's face.
Setter pushing the ball over on the second hit, and Solon's defense just not prepared for it.
Do you think Solon's defense could have watched for the tip better?
I feel like they could have, but I believe they were also expecting them to set up a offensive attack on the third hit, since it was a good pass, but Kelsey tries to do the same thing on Solon's side and just can't get it over the net.
Okay, makes sense. Euclid's number 8, Charlie Coleman, is serving for them. Euclid giving over to Solon's side. Solon's not able to get under the ball, unfortunately.
Just a little bit short of the ball. Front row expecting to pull off the net, and they just couldn't quite get to it, so they...
Euclid still serving. It's now 8-4 in Euclid's favor. Euclid giving over to Solon's side, trying for a short one, but not able to get it over.
Euclid trying again to get the same play that they did last time since it worked so well, but just can't quite get it over that net.
Looks like there's substitutions on both sides. And Solon's server is going to be their number 2, Michaela. Solon getting ready to serve to Euclid. Just a bit too hard and too high, going right over the court.
What a strong arm. Just needs a little bit more spin with that wrist, and she could get it right in the court with a hard serve.
Indeed. Euclid's number 14 is going to serve for them. India. Euclid giving to the setter, giving to their left side hitter, and Brown able to get it up. Giving it to Reese Hogue, Cecilia Derdick, actually. My bad. For an amazing point. Solon's Riley Roth is going to serve for us. Why is Riley Roth wearing a different color shirt than the rest of the team?
So she's actually the libero. She specializes in defense, and she has to stay in the back row. And she has special rules that apply to her where she can only play on defense.
What a fireball from Ms. Hogler. I'm sorry for cutting off, but that was just an amazing shot into the Euclid side of the court.
It was indeed.
Solon's going to serve again. Scores 7-9. Riley Roth with a magnificent serve over the Euclid side. Euclid able to get under the ball, giving Solon a free ball. Let's see what Solon can do with it. Solon going to get it to their setter. Giving it over to Reese Hogler with just a tip over to Euclid. Euclid going for a hit on their left side. Brianna's able to get it up, but a little tip over from Kelsey Gator Davis. Euclid able to get it over, but Brianna's there to get it. Free ball all over to Euclid's side. Euclid's carrying it through, getting back over to Solon's side. Neither team is going to give it an each, but we're going to give it to Reese Hogler for an earth-kicking shot through the block. What do you think of that, Becca?
I think Euclid's side was just unable to keep up with the speed of Solon's attacks and just couldn't get their block up in time, giving Reese Hogler an amazing opening to hit that ball straight into the center of court.
That's amazing insight from you. Thank you for commenting. Bradley Roth serving again, giving it over to Euclid, but it's going too high and too far.
She just gets a toss of her serve just a little bit too far behind her shoulder and hits it straight up in the air.
Euclid serving over to Solon's side. Solon's able to receive, getting it over to Cecilia, but Cecilia just hitting straight into the net. Very unfortunate to see.
Just a little bit too short of a set to her.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit under her shoulder. She drops her elbow and it hits straight into the net.
Euclid's number 11, Kamaya Roberts, serving over to Solon's side. Solon's able to give it to Reese Hogler for an amazing cut shot again.
Great job by Reese Hogler. She's having the night of her life.
She absolutely is.
Let's see her keep that going.
Looks like Solon's number 5, Kelsey Gator Davis, our starting setter, is going to start serving for us. Solon serves over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get it up, giving it over to the left side hitter, just hitting it a bit too far over.
Great follow by Michaela Parr, following it back to the line to see that it's out.
Solon's number 5, Kelsey Gator Davis, is going to serve for us, giving it over to Euclid's side with a jump serve, but it's just a bit too hard.
Seeing that she was struggling a little bit in warm-ups, how do you think that threw off her game a little bit?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Seeing that she was struggling with her serves a little bit in warm-ups, how do you think that threw off her game a little bit?
I'm sorry, I have to go back to the game. Kelsey able to give it up to Cecilia Davis for an earth-quaking shot into the back of the court. Euclid was just not ready to receive that ball. Looks like Josie's getting ready to serve for Solon again. It's now 11-2 in the first set. Josie with the serve over to Euclid's side. Euclid getting under it. Just bouncing off the roof of the gymnasium, unfortunate to see.
When they bounce off the ceiling of the gym, it's very hard to react to as they go a different direction than you normally expect it to, and Euclid's team just unable to react to it.
Oh, absolutely. Solon serving over to Euclid's side. Giving it to the setter, giving it to the right side hitter, but Brianna's there. Kelsey Gator Davis is going to give it over to Reese Hogler. Unfortunately, just hits it right into the block, it looks like.
She's been hitting well all night. Making a mistake every once in a while is okay, but I have faith that she'll shake it off real quickly and get another hit.
I concur. It looks like Euclid's serving over to Solon. Solon able to get to Kelsey Gator Davis, giving over to Ava Conj, who will just reach over that block, but Euclid's able to get it back. Free ball over to Solon's side. Josie's able to get it up. Kelsey's giving it over to Riley Roth, our backside. Euclid giving it to their setter, giving it over to their left side hitter, but it's just going to hit off the block into Solon's court. Euclid getting ready to serve again. Over to Solon, but it's just a bit too hard. Not going to get down in Solon's court. Looks like Solon's Reese Hogler is going to get ready to serve, and is serving over to Euclid's side. Euclid just looking for a tip, it looked like.
Euclid's one of Euclid's hitters was looking to tip the ball over the net as their setter was not in the right position, and she was not expecting to get the second ball. Catching her off guard, she just wanted to tip it over and reset, but she just couldn't quite get it over.
Makes sense. Kelsey giving it to Ava. Now Euclid has it. Free ball over to Solon. But Solon's going to get it up and give it over to Reese Hogler in the backside. Euclid's going to get it back up over to their left side hitter. Over to Josie, and Josie's able to get it up. Kelsey giving it over Ava Conj, just reaching over that block.
Great pass by Josie. That was perfect form, keeping it in the center of her body. She's doing a great job tonight.
She absolutely is. Now, Solon serving again. It's Reese Hogler giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get under it, getting to their setter. Their setter giving it to the right side hitter, just bouncing off the block and getting it to Kelsey Gator-Davis. Kelsey's going to give it to Claire Bush, but Euclid's able to keep it up. Euclid's giving it to the left side hitter, and it's just going to get right through the block. Euclid getting ready to serve over to the Solon side. The serve just a bit high and a bit wide to get into the court. What do you think happened during that serve? Why did it go wide?
I think she caught her toss a little bit too outside of her body, making her shoulder hit the ball at a weird position, causing her to hit it not normally and just right outside the court.
Okay. Kelsey Gator-Davis giving it over to Claire Bush, but Claire Bush is able to get it back up and over to the Euclid side. Euclid going to give it to the right side hitter, but it's just a bit too high and she jumped a bit too early.
The set just not perfect for her to hit it in her hand. She tries to tip it with the end of her fingers as she's coming down from her jump, but just can't quite reach it.
Lovely insight, Becca. Brianna Hedden giving it over to the Euclid side. Euclid's going to give it to the right side, but it's just going to bounce off of their block into the Euclid Solon side of the court. Not Euclid. Euclid's still got the point.
Good try for the block coverage by Kelsey Gator-Davis, but she just can't quite get there on time.
Euclid's number 8, Charlie Coleman, is going to get ready to serve for them. Euclid serving over to Solon's side. Solon's Riley Roth is able to get it up. Giving it to Ava Conj. Ava Conj is just going to tip it right over. Euclid going to give him a tip over. Kelsey Gator-Davis can't set again. Riley Roth giving it over to Claire Bush. Just going off the block, but it's back over to Solon's side. Claire Bush is just going to go for a little hit over. It's going to shank off of Euclid's side, and they go for the second, but they can't get the third over.
Great diving try by the libero on Euclid's team, but she just can't quite get her hand under it, going for one hand instead of two.
Oh, absolutely. But Solon's getting ready to serve. It's going to be their number 2, Michaela. Let's see what she can do with it. The score is now 18-16 in Solon's favor. Michaela getting ready to serve. Over in the Euclid side. Euclid's able to get it up to their setter. Their setter's going to give it to the middle, but the middle does not seem prepared.
Euclid's setter doubling the ball, just can't quite get the form underneath it. So she doubles the ball and it hits off of her hands weird, making it unable for the middle to hit it over.
It looks like
Solon. Head to the Spirit store. Open till 7:39.
It looks like Solon's momentum is going to force Euclid to take a timeout here. Why do people take timeouts when the other team has a lot of momentum, Becca?
Usually people take timeouts to break up the momentum and so-called ice the server on the other team that has been going for a while. It causes them to take a break from the mentality of them doing good and causes them to think about other things for a second except for serving, and that can kind of break up their momentum and hopefully stop their serve. But in this case, we're hoping that she can keep it going.
Okay, that's great to know. I'm very glad you're here to help me out here. Looks like Solon's already back on the court, just waiting for Euclid. Euclid's now getting set up on the court. Solon's number 2, Michaela, is still going to serve for them. Let's see if this timeout affected her at all. Solon serving. Euclid's getting under the ball, giving it to their setter. Their setter's going to give it to their right side hitter, just heading it straight into the net. Very unfortunate to see when it comes to hitting. Solon getting ready to serve again. Solon giving it to Euclid. Euclid's able to get under it and just a dump over into Solon's court.
A call you don't see very often of the players going over the net of the court. You're not actually allowed to cross to each other's side of the court, so in this case it was called as she was over the net.
Almost an amazing diving play coming from Euclid. I love the effort that they're putting in to try to keep the ball up.
Yes, that is true, although in this case I am a little bit biased, but I'm glad that she couldn't get it up.
Yeah. Number 2, Michaela, getting ready to serve for Solon. Giving it to the Euclid side. Euclid's going to get it to their setter. Their setter's going to give it to the right side hitter, but it looks like it was a double.
it looked like she passed that ball with her hand, so I'm not quite sure where the double came from, but
it was a great serving streak from Solon's Michaela, but it just had to come to an end with a bit too hard of a serve going over the court. Euclid's number 14, India Wilkerson, is going to get ready to serve for them. Serving, but it's just a bit too far going over the court. Solon's number 12, Riley Roth, is going to get ready for another magnificent serve of hers. She's been having a great time this game, except for that one serve. Just going straight into the Euclid's backcourt, giving it to their setter, but their setter is not going to get a good enough set for their hair to go up. Kelsey Gary-Davis is going to get it to Reese Hogler, which is just going to get it over. Bouncing off the top of the gymnasium again, just messing with Euclid's head.
and that is the end of set 1. Solon winning 25-17.
Ladies and gentlemen, while you're on your way to the spirit stores, please drop by.
Welcome back to Solon's Comic for the Cure game. Solon had won the first set from 25-17. Am I right, Becca?
Yes, you are.
Yes. I'm always right, so you know I just wanted to make sure that you were paying attention to the first set.
Excuse me?
You're eating cookie dough.
I am, but I'm more often right than you are.
Just because you play volleyball. Looks like Solon's going to start with serving from our number 5, Kelsey Gator-Davis. What do you think you could change from their first set to this set?
Seeing that we haven't seen much yet, honestly, not really sure.
What do you think they should have changed? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that question.
I think that a lot of Euclid's problem was their service, and a lot of their balls went out of the court when they went to serve, so I feel like if they were to get their serves over and in the court, then they might have a better chance of winning.
Great insight. Kelsey Gator-Davis just serving over this Euclid side. Euclid looks like it's going to be a double.
Yes, in fact, it is.
I'm glad you could tell me that. Looks like Solon's now up by 1 with that great serve. An unfortunate error from Euclid's side. Kelsey Gator-Davis is just going to wait and get ready for this next serve going up. She serves it over Euclid's side, a powerful serve at that. Euclid just barely able to get it up. Solon tried, but wasn't able to get it over the net. Great effort, though.
Great diving play by Kelsey Gator-Davis, but her teammates just unable to get the ball up.
Looks like it's going to be a substitution for Euclid's side. Euclid's number 6, Smai Carey, is going to serve for them. Over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get under it, and it just goes over the net. Euclid's side are going to give it to their middle, and their middle is just going to hit it really hard into the block, and it just breaks through barely.
This is where pressing your hands over the net comes into play. You, as a blocker, you must press over the net in order to keep your hands strong and keep them from bending as the ball makes contact with your hands. Cecilia was just unable to do this.
Great safety tips, but Kelsey Gator-Davis is going to give it to Cecilia Data and just going to give it over to Euclid's side. Euclid with a free ball over to Solon. Solon's Riley is going to give it to Kelsey Gator-Davis over to Cecilia with an earth-shattering hit over to Euclid's libero, just not able to get under it.
Yes, it is true. It was a great, powerful hit by Cecilia.
Looks like Solon's Jessie Lau is going to get ready to serve for us. Over to Euclid's side, but Euclid's just not able to get the second hit over. Solon's getting ready to serve again. It's 3-2 in Solon's favor. With an amazing serve over to Euclid's side. Euclid gives it to their setter. Giving it to the right side just to tip over. Kelsey Gator-Davis is now under it, giving it to our right side, Brianna Hedden. Euclid's going to give it over to the right side again, and just going to go wide.
She kept her body turned towards the center of the court, making her shoulder angled towards outside of the court's barrier, making her hit go outside. If she were to turn her shoulders just a little bit, that hit would have been straight into the court.
Absolutely. Euclid going to give it back over to Solon's side. Solon giving it to Kelsey Gator-Davis. Over to Reese Hogler. Trying to break through that block, but wasn't able to. Riley Roth is just going to hit it over. Euclid giving it to their setter, giving it to their left side hitter. Just over the backcourt line.
Great blocking defense by Riley Roth, being able to cover her hitter as she hit it off the block.
Indeed. Josie Lau is going to serve for Solon. Giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's going to get it to their setter. Giving it over to their left side, just breaking through that block, but we're able to cover it. Kelsey Gator-Davis with a hit over, but Euclid's going to go back on the attack with the right side, just tipping over. Kelsey Gator-Davis able to get there. Give it to Ava Conch, just tipping right over. The defense is impeccable by both these teams. Riley Roth going for a hit, but just going to skyball it over the court.
As the libero, she's unable to go over the tape line of the net, so this causes her to be unable to snap her wrist when she hits. So she needs to take a little bit of power off of her hits when she hits, but she just couldn't. She wasn't able to do that.
Ava Conch just reaching over that defense, and Euclid's just not able to get it over with 3 hits left. Solon's number 9, Reese Hogler, is going to get ready to serve for them, giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid getting under it, giving it to their setter. Giving it over to the right side, just tipping over, but Cecilia Derdick is able to get it up. Euclid just carrying it over, giving a free ball over to Solon. Ava's going to give it to Kelsey Gator-Davis, and not a high enough set for Ava to get her full power into it and reach over that block that she's been able to for the past set.
Some people just don't realize how incredibly tall Ava Conch is, so she needs a lot taller sets than normal middles will. So I think her setter was just unable to switch between Cecilia and Ava as their 2 middles.
I think you're right about that, Becca. But Euclid's going to serve it over to Riley Roth, and Riley Roth's going to get it to Kelsey Gator-Davis. Over to Ava Conch. Reaching over the block. Most people called it out, but the ref's going to call it in. I believe the refs are right on this call.
I do too. That ball looked like it hit the back line, and it was a very good shot by Ava Conch from the outside. Great court awareness on where to hit the ball.
Oh, absolutely. Now Solon's number 6, Brianna Hedden, is going to serve for us. Giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get under it, but not forward. Is Euclid going to give Solon a free ball? They are. Solon's going to see what they can do with this free ball. Giving it over to Claire Bush. Just a bit too high because she's used to setting to Ava Conch, but it seems to work out in Solon's favor.
She's able to reach the ball with just the tips of her fingers and tip it over to the center of the court, and Euclid's just unable to pick it up.
Brianna Hedden with an unfortunate serve, just going over the court.
A little too much power from her, but she has had a great rally so far, so props to her.
Absolutely. Euclid's number 8, Charlie Coleman, is going to get ready to serve for us. Giving it over to Solon's side. Solon's able to get under it with a little shank. Kelsey Gator-Davis is able to get it up, and Ava Conch is going to give it over. If I'm right, did it go outside the antenna?
Yes, in fact it did. When Ava Conch went to free ball the ball over the net, she had to have angled it a little bit more onto the court, but she just couldn't quite get it, making it land in the court, but not quite go inside the antennas to make it a fair ball.
That makes sense. Looks like Solon got lucky with Josie not being able to get the ball up, but it worked out in their favor, just going straight over the back line. Solon's now leading this game 9-6. With Solon's number 2, Michaela, is going to serve for us.
Michaela's had some great serve rallies so far. How do you think she's going to do in this part?
You know, just based off that serve, I think she's going to do magnificently. Giving over to Solon's side. A little hesitant from all the players, but, you know, Kelsey Gator-Davis did go for it just to see if we could keep it up. Unfortunately, we were not able to. It just hit right back to Michaela.
It seemed like Kelsey Gator-Davis called for help for that ball as she's the setter and usually gets the second ball, but nobody went for it, so she had to get it herself.
I concur. Kelsey Gator-Davis is going to give it to Cecilia Derdick, and Euclid's just not able to get the ball up to give us a free or just hit it over. Looks like there's a substitution on Solon's side for Claire Bush to Reese Hogler. Looks like Solon's number 12, Riley Roth, is going to serve for us. Let's see what she can do. What a beautiful serve over to Euclid's side. Euclid's setter is just going to set it back up, over for the libero to hit. Brianna Hedden's able to get under. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to get it right up, but no one's going to be able to chase the ball to get it over.
Great diving effort by both Brianna and Kelsey. But people are just unable to follow the ball and get it back up over the net. Timeout called by Solon. The score is now 10-8 Solon. Based on the game so far, how do you think this is going to end up, Andrew?
I think it's going to be a tight second set in between Solon and Euclid. I feel like Euclid will just barely be able to tie up the game. Maybe take the lead in the next few points, but that's how I feel it's going to go. How do you feel like it's going to go, Becca?
I agree. I think it's going to be a very tight game just based on last set and the fact that Euclid seems to have picked up their serves a little bit more, making more points to get it over the net.
Great professional insight.
I don't care.
Looks like we're coming back from the timeout. Euclid was the first one on the court. Euclid's number 11, Kamaya Roberts, is going to serve for them. Over to Solon's side. Brianna Heller is able to get under, giving it to Kelsey Gary Davis. Giving it to Cecilia Derdick, but going to block right back over. Giving it to Riley Roth. Riley Roth is able to get it over. It looks like it's going to be a free ball over for Solon. Let's see what Solon can do with this. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to just tip it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's going to be able to get the setup, giving it to the left side. Into our backcourt, Kelsey Gary Davis is going to get up for Reese Holger to just give a pounding shot at that block and just going to trickle down in between the net and that blocker.
Great job by Reese Hogler. Able to recognize that the blockers were not fully pressing over, able to hit it right into their hands and trickle down the net.
Oh, absolutely. Now Solon's number 5, Kelsey Gary Davis, is going to serve for us with an amazing, beautiful jump serve. Giving it to the side, Euclid is going to give it to their center. But it looks like Solon's able to keep it up. Euclid's going to give it back over to their setter. Giving it to their right side, but it looks like the setter got in the way for a free ball over to Solon's side. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to give it over to Reese Hogler for an earthquaking shot, but unfortunately it is just wide of the court.
Puts a little bit too much power into that hit, unable to snap her wrist fully, able to hit it right outside of the court instead of inside the cut shot that she wanted.
Yes. Unfortunately, Reese Hogler did miss that, but she's been doing amazing with cut shots recently in this game.
She has. Reese Hogler has the amazing ability to switch up between line shots and cut shots, confusing their defense and making her unreadable. She's been doing a great job so far.
Solon serving, giving it to Euclid, but Euclid's going to shank the ball. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to get ready to serve again. Serve again for the Solon side. It is now 13-8. Solon's in the lead. A beautiful jump serve, just powerful. Giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's going to give Solon a free ball. Let's see what Solon can do with it. Kelsey Gary Davis is ready to set. Giving it over to Reese Hogler with a superhuman shot. I can feel the vibrations from there. Euclid was able to get it up, but was not able to follow it with the second hit.
That ball just shanked off of Euclid's libero's hands. Takes a weird angle that Euclid's defense just does not expect and is unable to follow up.
I concur. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to serve over to Euclid. Unfortunately, it is just too far to make it into the court.
That toss just a little bit back behind her shoulder, making her hit it a little bit too high up.
Absolutely. Euclid's number 6, Samaya Career, is going to serve. Short, but Riley Roth is able to get it. A tip up for Cecilia Derdick, but it's just too far to be called in.
Great offensive recognition by Kelsey Davis, though, able to tip it up off of the net right into Cecilia's hands.
Absolutely. Solon now with the ball, giving Kelsey Gary Davis over to Reese Hogler. Unfortunately, it went off the block and no one was able to get it up. Cecilia Derdick did try for it, though.
it looks like Solon's team is just getting tired. What the blockers' defense looked like before is just lacking in now.
Yes, but it looks like that the rotation is bringing Ava Conch in with Reese Hogler. I'm pretty sure in the front line. Let's see how that's going to hold.
Ava Conch and Reese Hogler together is just a powerhouse of a team. This should be our best rotation.
Indeed. Josie Lau is going to serve for Solon, giving it over to Euclid side. Euclid able to get one hit and almost a second hit, but not able to get it over to the net.
That second hit just barely touches the ball, unable to reach it fully.
Absolutely. Solon's not leading the game, 16-11, and Josie's going to serve again for the Solon side. Over on Euclid's side, Euclid's going to get it to the setter, giving it over to their left side hitter. Block's going to go a little bit early, it looked like, but giving it right back over to Euclid. Euclid's just not able to chase that ball down and get it over.
Diving play by Euclid's number 6. Great effort, but her teammates are just unable to keep the ball up.
Indeed. Looks like Solon's going to get ready to serve again. Giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get it to their setter. Their setter's going to give it over to the right side. Right side's just going to tip it over. Looks like Riley Roth's going to set for us, giving it over to Kelsey Gary Davis with an amazing hit. Giving it right back over to Solon's side, but it looks like Ava Conch is just going to tip it right back over.
Ava Conch tipping it over, but there's a little bit of dispute on her hit. It looks like she came down and touched the net on her way back down, but either way, that was the wrong call by the refs. It would have either been a net touch or it would have been Solon's point. What do you think, Andrew?
I don't know. All I know is the Solon players look perplexed, but it looks like we're going to try getting that point back with Reese Holger heading over to Euclid side. Euclid's going to give it to the left side hitter. Riley Roth is going to go right on the ball. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to give it over to Ava Conch. Reaching over the block, but Euclid's able to get back up. Riley Roth is going to set for Reese Hogler. Just getting over that block, the libero is going to dive for it, giving it over to Euclid's left side. Unfortunately, just going to hit it into the net. It was a very good rally from both sides.
Great communication by Solon's team. Even now, you can see the offensive players talking with their setters, telling them what they need, as well as during the play.
Absolutely. It looks like there was a Solon substitution for Claire Bush for Riley Roth. Reese Hogler is now going to serve for Solon. Unfortunately, just hitting it off the tape and just coming back down on the Solon side. Riley Roth is now subbed in for Reese Hogler. Euclid's number 10, Anaya Neville-Hills, is going to serve for us. Give me over to Kelsey Gary Davis. Riley Roth just going to tip over. Josie Lau is going to get it back up over to their setter. And Ava Conch with a vibrating shot that I can feel from up here into the Euclid's court.
Yes, that was a great hit indeed.
Solon's ground head is going to serve for us. Giving over to Euclid's side. Euclid looks like Ava Conch tried for the same thing, but refs didn't call it. Free ball over to Solon. Solon's going to give it to Reese Hogler, but Euclid's going to be able to get it back over. Looks like Euclid's going to give Solon a free ball again. Giving it to Kelsey Gary Davis. Giving it over to Claire Bush. Euclid's going to keep it up. Euclid's going to give it over to the left side hitter. Just a bit too far for the court.
It seems like every time Kelsey Gator Davis sets the ball, whether it's to them or not, every single hitter goes up to the net and seems like they're attacking. What's your insight on this, Andrew?
I feel like Kelsey Gary Davis, being our first setter instead of our second hands, is doing a great job finding our hitters' strengths when it comes to the height and how far and close from the net it needs to be. It looks like Solon's momentum is forcing Euclid to take a timeout. Looks like Euclid's back on the court from the timeout. It looks like Solon's going to come onto the court now. Solon's number 6 beyond heading is going to bring us back from this timeout. Solon serving over to Euclid's side, but Euclid's just not able to get under the ball. What do you think that's about?
Great jump serve. She had a topspin on that ball, and it just died before Euclid's defense could get to it. They were unexpecting of that serve. coming
Yep.
off of a timeout, but she played a very good serve.
Euclid's right side is just going to tip it over, giving it to Kelsey Gary Davis. Kelsey Gary Davis is just going to give it right back over to Euclid's side. Euclid's going to give it over to their center. I think there's a little miscommunication there on Euclid's side. Looks like there was a lift on Euclid's side as well.
There was, in fact. Solon should have gotten that point anyway, as the right side hitter went under the net, but the refs didn't call it, so I'm glad Solon got that point.
Okay. Solon's Brown has serve for us, giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's just going to push the ball over to the other side. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to hit. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too far, and he goes past the court. Euclid's going to get ready to serve for us. It's going to be their number 8, Charlie Coleman. Let's see what you can do with this ball, Becca. Looks like it's going to be short. Looks like Josie Lau is going to dive for it, but lost a little bit of control. Just goes off the net.
Great diving effort by Josie.
Absolutely. Euclid getting ready to serve again. With the serve over to Solon's side, just a bit wide. Good call by Josie not to go after it.
Euclid server trying to hit to Josie again, seeing if they could throw her off one more time, but they just couldn't. Josie's too smart for them.
Solon's number 2, Michaela, is going to come in and serve for us. And it looked like there was another substitution for Josie Lau. Solon serving, giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get under it, but not forward, giving it over to the libero. And the setter's just going to give it over. Claire Bush able to get it over to Kelsey Gary Davis. Getting back over to Solon's side, Kelsey Gary Davis is going to give Euclid a free ball. Euclid's going to give it over to their setter, giving it over to their right side. A very hard hit, too far from the court.
Great goal by Solon's defense, falling it back to the line, seeing that it's out. That right side just couldn't get enough snap on that ball, unable to hit it inside the court.
Absolutely, the score is now 24-15 with Solon winning.
Solon is now at set point. If they can win one more point, we will win this set.
Euclid pushing the ball over, giving it to Kelsey Gary Davis. Over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush, unfortunately, hitting it into the net. Score is now going to be 24-16. Becca, do you feel like Solon's rushing just to get it over get over the net and try to win the point?
I feel like they are slightly rushing. It is easier to take your time, but also when you take your time,
What a powerhouse of a shot from Cecilia Derrick into the Euclid side to win the set.
Solon is now winning 2-0. If they can win one more set, we will win the game.
Absolutely. To Solon's third set for Solon's County for the Cured game. Solon has won the past 2 sets, 25 to I believe 17, and then 18 for the second set. Euclid seem to be struggling with a bit of communication recently, so I wonder what they have changed so they can combat Solon's strong bond and tall hitters and strong hitters at that. Looks like Euclid's going to start off with the serve for the first set. I cannot find my words apparently today. Euclid with the serve over to Solon's side. Solon's going to be able to get under that, giving to Kelsey Gary Davis. Kelsey's going to give that over to Reese Hogler. Just too wide to make it into the court. Euclid wins that point, starting off the third set with 0-1, Euclid's favor. Euclid with the serve over Solon. Solon's able to get under, giving to Kelsey Gary Davis. Giving to Cecilia Derrick, just touching it with her fingertips. Not able to get the third hit on Euclid's side for a free ball over to Solon's side. Looks like there was a substitution with Solon's number 1, Josie Lau, is going to serve for us first. Josie with the serve over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get under it, giving it to Euclid's setter, giving it to Euclid's left side, just bouncing off the block though.
I see a lot of posters around the gym, Andrew. What are those about?
I believe they're for our Solon Comets and what their numbers are in their names, especially with our coaches as well, correct?
Yes, but it is in fact Solon Comments for the Cure tonight. We are fundraising for our Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and everybody here has either bought a t-shirt to support or has been participating in raffles outside or the bake sale outside to raise money for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. It's a great event.
Or at least we hope. Euclid's serve is just too wide to make it into the court. Solon's number 9, Reese Hogler, is going to get ready to serve over to the Euclid side. Euclid's able to get under it, giving it to Euclid's setter, giving it to Euclid's left side. Reese Hogler able to get her arm on it, but it just flies the opposite way that she wants. Solon serving over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to give it over. Euclid's able to get it to their libero to give a free ball over to Solon's side. Looks like there's a little bit of communication between Solon's number 6 and number 1, Josie Liao, and Brianna Hedden.
A little bit of miscommunication there, but I believe they can pick it up again in the next play. Let's see what happens.
It looks like Claire Bush and Ava Condra trying to rally the team to make sure their spirits don't go down. Euclid's number 8, Charlie Coleman, is going to get ready to serve for us. With the serve over to Solon's side, Brianna Hedden's able to get under it. Giving it to Riley Roth. Riley Roth is going to get over to Claire Bush just to hit it over. But Euclid's libero is there. It's going to be a free ball over to Solon's side. Solon's going to give a little set over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to hit it right into Euclid's player's hands. Free ball over to Solon again. Just wide. No one needs to play that one.
Euclid unable to reset their offense and hit the ball over from Solon's offensive line, hitting the ball just outside of the court on a free ball.
Absolutely. It looks like Ava Conj got subbed out for number 2, Michaela, who's going to be serving for us. Looks like Josie Liao is going to get subbed out for Cecilia Derdick. The serve over to Euclid's side. Euclid's able to get it to their setter. The setter's going to give it to the left side. Left side's going to hit it over into Michaela's hands. Kelsey Gator Davis is going to give it over to Claire Bush. Over to Euclid's side. Euclid's going to give a free ball over to Solon and see what Solon can do with it. Kelsey Gator Davis is going to get it to Cecilia Derdick. Just hitting it right back into Solon's Euclid's side and arms. Giving it to Kelsey Gator Davis. Again, just a tip over, but going to tip right back. Kelsey Gator Davis is going to tip again, but it looks like the ref's going to call it for touching the net. Would I be right on that?
It is actually Solon's point. The blocker number 14 on Euclid's side must have touched the net.
Okay. Looks like Solon's going to get ready to serve again. 6-4, Solon's in the lead. Euclid's going to give it over to the right side hitter, but the right side hitter seems to mistime her swing for the ball. Solon serving over to Euclid's side again. But unfortunately, the serve is just going to go right into the middle of the net.
Just a little bit short. I think she must have gotten a little bit out of breath from the past few rallies.
I believe you're right about that. It looks like Euclid's number 14, India Wilkerson, is going to get ready to serve for us again. Over to Solon's side, Solon able to recover it. Over to Brianna Hedden, just hitting it over.
Great back row attack.
Looks like there was a little miscommunication, looked like from Euclid's side, whether it was going to the left side or the center.
Both center and left side from Euclid's side stood there and watched the ball as they both thought each other were going to get it.
Riley Roth, another beautiful serve over in this Euclid side. Euclid potentially going to give Solon a free ball. They are. Solon able to get under it. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to get back up. Riley Roth is going to hit it over. In between two of Euclid's defensive players, even their libero.
although it was closer to the middle back, the libero must have thought the middle back was going to get it, as it was closer to her, but that is actually a seam right ball, so it would have been the libero's call to call her off on that, since she is more of a defensive specialist than her player.
Riley Roth with another beautiful ace over into Euclid's side. It's now 10-5. Looks like Solon's momentum is going to force Euclid for a timeout already in the third set. Not quarter. I'm not watching basketball. What do you think you could do better coming out of this timeout to see if they can combat Solon's offense?
I feel like a lot of their problems come from miscommunication, so I feel like if Euclid's players were to talk a little bit more on the court and call off each other's balls, then they would have a better time facing off of Solon's offense. What about you?
You know, I feel like if the offense would communicate a little bit better, just to see if they can get it over, and the defense not hesitate to go after the ball, they'll seem to be at least at better odds to going against Solon's amazing offense right now.
That is true.
Looks like the timeout's over, and Riley Roth is going to try to grace us with another one of her amazing serves. Over to Euclid's side, giving to their setter. The setter is going to give it over to the center, and Solon's able to get it up. Solon's going to give Euclid a free ball. Euclid able to get it up to their right side hitter. Over to Brianna Hedden, giving it to Kelsey Davis. Kelsey Davis is going to give it over to Riley Roth. Riley Roth is going to give it over into the back side. It looks like they're going to miss a little. Number one got in the way of libero for Euclid's side, not able to receive the ball.
Number one passing up the first ball, but then not stepping out of the way as she hit it straight up, so the libero was unable to reach it, running into her on her way.
Absolutely. It looks like Riley Roth is going to get ready to service first again. Over into Euclid's side. Potentially almost going over the net. Looks like Kelsey Davis is going to give it to Cecilia Derdick, just hitting it with her fingertips because it seemed a bit too high for her. She just jumped at the wrong time.
A little bit too high of a set for her, but great offensive awareness on where to tip the ball. Hitting right in the hole of Euclid's defense.
Riley Roth for another serve over into Euclid's side. Euclid's libero is able to get it up, giving it to Euclid's setter, giving it to the left side. Just rolling it over the net. Kelsey Davis is going to give it to Reese Holger. Reese Holger just going to hit it into the middle of the net. Unfortunately, that would have been such a fireball of a shot into Euclid's side.
The set was a little bit off her shoulder, and I think Reese tried to overcompensate for this fact, turning her body and just not hitting it at the right ankle in order to hit it over.
Absolutely. Brianna Head's going to give it over to Kelsey Davis, giving it to Cecilia Derdick. Just going to try to tip it over. Cecilia going to tip it over again. Giving it over to Kelsey Davis is Riley Roth with a backwards tip into Euclid court from Kelsey Davis.
Great dump by Kelsey Davis, so able to see the other side of the court from where she's setting.
Indeed, it also looks like Kelsey Davis is going to get ready to serve for us. It is 13-6 in Solon's favor. Kelsey Davis with an amazing jump serve over into Euclid's side. Euclid's barrel is able to get it up, giving it to the left side of Euclid's offense. Solon able to get it to Kelsey Davis, giving it to Cecilia. I couldn't tell if it hit the tape or if it hit the blocker's hands.
It did, in fact, hit the tape. The set was just a little bit too short for her, and she dropped her elbow in order to hit it. Solid contact with her hand, but that was just not enough to hit it over the net.
I love the insight. Looks like Euclid's going to get ready to serve for us. It's going to be Samaya Career. So serving over to Solon's side. Solon's libero is just going to put it in the wrong spot for Kelsey Davis to get it, but she was very close to be able to just get it right up in the air.
Riley Roth passing the ball into the net, and unfortunately Kelsey Davis could just not dig it out of the net.
Michaela able to get it up, giving it to Reese Hogler for a fireball into Euclid's side. It's just a line shot, was it not?
It was, in fact, a line shot hitting the back corner of the right side of the court.
Looks like Ava Conj got subbed in for Michaela, and Cecilia Derdick got subbed out for Josie Lau. Josie Lau is going to serve for Solon right now. It's 14-8 in Solon's favor.
Both Ava Conj and Reese in the front row of Solon's attacking offense. How do you think this is going to play out for Solon?
The duo of Reese Hogler and Ava Conj is just a powerhouse. Unfortunately, they're not able to get it over the net right now. But it's just going to take some time for the new lineup to get some chemistry built and try to figure it out, because it's a big difference changing from a short center to 2 tall hitters. Unfortunately, Solon's just not able to get it up and over the net. Solon giving it over to Ivkonch. Ivkonch is trying to reach over the block. Solon trying to keep it up, but it just goes out. Solon's timeout, trying to figure out what's going wrong with their offense right now.
It is currently 14-11 in Solon's favor. We are still winning, but how do you think that momentum will play out for Euclid?
I feel like if Solon does not figure out what's wrong with their communication right now, or what's wrong with their offense, that Euclid is just going to go away with the game. Their momentum is going to start building, and they're going to gain confidence while Solon's going to start depleting in theirs. What do you think?
That is true. I feel like if Solon doesn't pick it up now while they still have the lead, it might be a tougher game for them than they think it would originally been.
Absolutely. Look like Euclid's the first one back from the timeout. Solon's now getting set up to reserve the seat. Receive the serve from Euclid. Euclid serving over to Solon's side. Solon's able to get under it, giving it to Kelsey Davis. But it's just going to go right over the net. Giving it to Euclid's left side. Aiming for the bench, it looked like.
Yep, their attacker was just a little bit too outside of where the ball was set, making her body turn weird and hitting it outside of the court.
Solon's Reese Holger is going to serve for us right now over to Euclid's side. Euclid's setter is going to give it to their center. Right side, actually. Euclid going to get it over to Solon. Solon's going to give it over to Brown ahead and hit it. Double from the setter.
Yes, it was.
Reese Holger ready to serve for us again. Giving it over to Euclid's side. Euclid able to get under it. Euclid going to give it to the right side hitter. Back into Kelsey Davis. Josie Lau is going to give it over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to just hit it off the block, and it's going to go out of bounds. Solon point.
Great awareness by Claire Bush, able to see where the blocker's hands were and hit it off the side of her hand, creating an angle, causing it to go out.
Indeed. Euclid with the receive, but not able to get a second hit in.
Yes, in fact, the libero went to set it with her hands as she did a serve receive, and this is not recommended. It is, you can very often injure your hands or jam your fingers doing this. It's more, you are recommended to either bump it with your hands or use something called a beach stick.
Euclid center with a tip, but getting blocked right back over. Free ball over to Solon's court. Kelsey Davis is going to give it over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to hit it over in Euclid's court. Euclid with the ball, giving it over to the left side hitter. Reese Holger going to be able to get it. Kelsey Davis is going to give it back over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to tip it into the donut of Euclid's court.
Oh yeah, great spot by Claire Bush. Way to see where their defensive players were lacking on Euclid's side of the court.
Indeed. Reese Holger getting ready to serve for us again. Over in Euclid's side, Euclid's going to give it over to the right side hitter. Over to Kelsey Davis. Reese Holger is going to give it over to Brown Hedden. Brown Hedden is going to give a free ball over to Euclid. It's now Euclid's ball. Euclid's going to give it over to the left side hitter. Right off the tape and back into Euclid's court.
It seems like that timeout that Coach Teskey called for Solon's side really means to have changed the momentum of this game so far, letting Solon have the ability to take back their lead by a strong margin.
Absolutely. Solon with a free ball, giving it over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to just hit a fireball back into Euclid's court.
Looks like a little bit of miscommunication between Euclid's middle back and their libero playing left back.
Absolutely. It looks like that miscommunication led to Euclid's last timeout for the set.
Yes, indeed. Solon only has 4 more points to go, and they will win this set, making them win the game.
Looks like Solon's going to be the first one out of their huddle for this timeout. Looks like Euclid's still trying to figure out what's going on with their communication.
Euclid's coach having a passionate talk. Seems to have been over. Euclid is now back on the court. Reese Hogler about to serve for Solon.
Reese Hogler's been serving amazing for Solon recently. Let's see what she can do now. Reese giving it to Euclid. It's now Euclid's ball. Euclid's going to give it over to their libero on the backside. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to receive it. Josie Lau is going to give it over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to tip it over. It's now in Euclid's court. Euclid's going to give it over to their right side hitter. Just going to go off the block. Reese Hogler's going to just slap it over into Euclid's side. Euclid's ball is now going to give it over to the left side hitter. Claire Bush with the receive. Kelsey Gary Davis is here. Give it to Ava Kahn. She's just trying to reach over the block. Euclid's ball, but they're not able to chase it down. Great point from Solon's side. Didn't seem like either team wanted to give an inch, but it looked like overall Solon got the point. Here's Hogler with another beautiful serve over on the Euclid side. What Euclid's going to do with this ball is going to give it over for a pipe in the backside. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to give it over to Claire Bush. Claire Bush is going to give it straight into a Euclid player. Euclid's going to give Solon a free ball. Let's see what Solon can do with this. Kelsey Gary Davis is going to give it over to Ava Conch. Ava Conch is just going to tip it over into Solon Euclid's side. Looks like there was going to be a joust, but they didn't get the joust. Claire Bush just trying to hit it right back over, but not able to.
Seems like Euclid player number 10 must have hit the net on those jousts, making it Solon's point. Reese Hogler back to serve.
Must have been. Looks like Reese Hogler's serve is just right outside the line. Unfortunate to see, but Reese Hogler's now going to get subbed out for Riley Roth. Euclid's number 10, Anaya Neville-Hill, is going to give us a serve. Let's see what Solon can do with this and see if Solon can receive it. With the serve over to Solon's side, giving it to Brianna Hedden. Kelsey Gary Davis going to give it to Ava Conch. Able to get it up, 3 hits over, free ball for Euclid. Let's see if Solon can reset for it.
Seems to be a missed call by the refs. A little bit of a scuffle with their coaches trying to argue the play.
Indeed, Brianna Hedden able to get the serve over for the last point of the game. Hopefully, and it is. The libero just hit it off her knuckles into the net, and they weren't able to keep it up.
Solon winning the set 25-12, and they win the game.
That's the game, folks. Thank you for joining us and for the Solon's Coming for the Cure game. Hopefully, you come see the games in person and see how the Solon can keep doing in their season.
That's all, folks. Thank you.